This one trailed.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Petco Park in San Diego. For what should be another great game, it is the San Diego Padres as they host the Atlanta Braves. Now, last time these two teams faced off, well, it wasn't exactly close now, was it? The Atlanta Braves took a 9-1 victory over the San Diego Padres, so the Swingin' Friars looking to bounce back tonight with Max Fried on the mound. As far as the Braves are concerned, they've got Zach Wheeler, so this should be a pretty good pitcher's duel above all else. We'll have to wait and see how this one turns out, but as we said, Max Fried on the mound. And let's see how he'll deal against that of Fernando Tatis. Tatis stepping up here, comes into today's game batting .227. 1 home run, 2 extra base hits, only 1 RBI on the season. It's not been the most offensive production for him. But, you know, as long as you're batting above Mendoza, you've earned your place in this league. And I think Tatis, with the quality that he does bring defensively, is definitely worth having on this side for the Atlanta Braves. As he's going to foul the 0-1 back. It's 0-2. To Fernando Tatis. Swung on, missed outside. Strike 3 as a wild swing and a miss there. And that'll bring up Marcus Semien. Definitely making a case for an all-star push. Marcus Semien, the team leader, actually, in RBI. To this point in the season with 5, so he's done incredibly well. That brings Tatis down to a .217 on the season. Semien batting .421, 8 for 19. And as I said, 5 RBI for him. Because it's 0-2. Max Fried doing pretty good for the time being. Let's see what happens here. 0-2. That one, unfortunately, is going to be in the dirt for ball 1. Nearly was on for the immaculate there. And the curveball on the inside edge. Semien sits on it. And that'll be the second out. 2 plate appearances, 2 strikeouts for Max Fried. Up now is Aaron Judge. Judge batting .315. He's had a pretty good go of it quite recently. 4 RBI on 1 home run and 2 extra base hits. That one. Oh, into the glove immediately of the first baseman. What a grab there by Nathaniel Lowe. And that'll do it. 3 up, 3 down for the Atlanta Braves. Ha-Seong Kim, Luis Robert, and Gunnar Henderson. The first 3 due up here for the San Diego Padres. That's not fucking correct. I'm sorry. Genuinely. Oh, my lord. Why does this game continue to hurt me, man? No, we have to erase this now. Ohtani can't be pitching 25 innings in a go. He just can't do it. Oh, unbelievable, man. I just can't. Honestly, I'm at the point now, I'm just going to take Shohei just off the team, pretty much. I can't do anything else with him. We edit player. That was difficult. Okay, we're putting him as a closing pitcher. There's nothing else I can do. Pete Alonso, that's correct. Evan Carter. Okay, so this all looks fine. Yep. Pitching rotation. Zach Wheeler. If this gives me Shohei Ohtani now, I'm just about ready to throw the whole thing in the toilet. We'll keep it on broadcast, honestly. I'm not rocking with it. Okay, hopefully this is correct now. I've had enough of this nonsense. Please tell me it's not Shohei Ohtani on the mound. Well, we know it's Max Fried. That's fine. Box score. Zach Wheeler. Okay, so it's done a good one here. Max Fried on the mound. We know this. Tatis is going to get another opportunity here because the game has decided to hate me. First offering from Fried. Foul. So Tatis batting .227 on the season.
Outside, that's a ball.
1-1 the count as the fastball is outside.
Ball.
Fastball. This is for ball 2. It's 2-1 to Tatis. As that one swung on and missed. 2-2 now.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Fried's fifth delivery goes as strike 3 as Tatis once again goes down on strikes. That brings him down to a 217.
Nope, that's a ball.
Up now is Marcus Semien, as we said, batting .421 at an 8 for 19 on the season. Leads the Braves in RBI alongside Pete Alonso. Of course, Alonso only playing pretty much every other game. Considering how much this game doesn't like to have him in there. That one's skied in the air to the left side. It will be easily then into the glove for the second out. Here's a look at the rest of the order then for the Atlanta Braves. Coming up next, Aaron Judge, Pete Alonso, batting DH, Austin Riley at the third base position, Ozzie Albies, Paul Goldschmidt, Yainer Diaz, and Evan Carter. Round out the order then for the Atlanta Braves. It's now Aaron Judge stepping in, 2 outs. Judge, as we said, has got 4 RBI in the season on 2 extra base hit and a home run. Much as he's a power hitter in real life, he's definitely good for getting on base. But not the power in which we kind of expected him to have. Nor of which did he have that much power last season for Atlanta as well. He was kind of I'm not going to say a run-of-the-mill hitter, but that's kind of what it seemed like at times. Curveball's going to go low, 1-1 the count. That one foul. Here's the 1-2 to Judge. Well early on the changeup. Strike 3, and he knew it, and Max Fried will sit down the side. 3 up, 3 down for the Atlanta Braves. We move on now to see how Ha-Sung Kim will deal against Zach Wheeler. Wheeler, of course, not pitching as much as he probably should, considering the game, hating me as much as it does and putting on Shohei every single game no matter what I do. But Zach Wheeler, one of the best pitchers that we do have. Ha-Sung Kim leading off. It was a hot start to the season for him. It's since very much cooled off, only batting 166, 3 RBI in the season. As that one called a strike. Because even to me, that one looked well inside, but the first offering of the game for Wheeler goes down to strike 1. Kim, Robert, Henderson, the first 3. The 0-1 from Wheeler, that one fouled away, 0-2. As we said, it's been a difficult go of it for Ha-Sung Kim these past couple of series. Hasn't really provided much on the offensive side of things. That one fouled away, 0-2. Swung on, a miss for strike 3, and that does sit down Ha-Sung Kim. And for what it's worth, that drops him to a 160 average on the season. Luis Robert stepping up now. Has to be said, you look at the batting averages for this San Diego team, does have to be said some of the worst in the league. Robert batting 181 at a 4 for 22. Henderson as well at a 181. Nathaniel Lowe, believe it or not, one of the team leaders at a 217, 5 for 23. Murphy at a 157. As that one, if it gets down, no, it will go foul, unfortunately for Robert. That was a very well-placed hit, ball off the bat there. But 1-1 the count. Next offering from Wheeler, it's a low sweeper. But anyway, it does have to be said, Royce Lewis at a 473 average, 9 for 19 this season. Jackson Chorio at a 333, 5 for 15. Wyatt Langford batting Mendoza. Check swing. Fastball goes top of the zone anyway. Count moves to full. Langford batting 3 for 15 at a 200. Arenado at a 117. At only a measly 2 for 17 this season, which is unfortunate for Arenado, who was a pretty integral part of the St. Louis Cardinals team last season that did so well in the regular season. It just has not been able to follow it up. Full count to Robert. Hit on the ground, left side. That's going to get through for a base hit. And Luis Robert Jr. has the first hit of this ball game for either side. That puts a man on first. And now it's over to Gunnar Henderson. They'll check back over to Robert at first as Zach Wheeler. That'll bump him up to a 217 average. Not bad. Above Mendoza's good anyway. Robert taking off for second. The pitch outside. Robert slides in, and he is safe. And Luis Robert will have his second stolen base of the season on a sweeper that was outside to Gunnar Henderson. And Robert didn't have the biggest of leads, but he picked the right pitch to try to steal on, and he's definitely in there in time. So runner now on second with one out. Gunnar Henderson stepping up. 1-0 the count. Obviously, the previous pitch was the sweeper outside. Let's see what happens here. That one foul. Henderson batting 181 in the season. Does lead the team in RBI with 5 and 2 home runs. As that one hit in the air to the right side, Judge settles under it. This will be no advancement from Robert at second, as that one was just not hit well enough into the outfield. To consider making something happen here. Here's the rest of the order then for the San Diego Padres. Nathaniel Lowe getting ready to step up here at the cleanup spot. Sean Murphy, the catcher. Royce Lewis at third. Chorio in right. Langford in left, and Arenado bottom of the order at DH. And it's now Nathaniel Lowe. Nathaniel Lowe, 217 on the season. That one hit pretty well, but foul. Not a good place to be when you consider batting 217, some of the best on the team. That's not exactly a statistic worth cheering about there for San Diego. Which is really weird because San Diego, for quite a time, was leading the National League. It just happens to turn into one of these sides that can't necessarily put runs on the boards. They currently do sit top of the National League by 1 run. And the run differential, that one caught on a line by Tatis and left, and that does retire the side. Coming up next for the Braves, Pete Alonso, American League MVP, Austin Riley, and Ozzie Albies. Pete Alonso stepping up now, only has 6 at-bat on the season. He's batting .333 and 5 RBI with a double and 1 home run with it. But as we were saying, Padres currently lead the National League with a 5-4 record coming into today. Believe it or not, the Marlins 5-4 as well. The only difference between those two sides, Marlins are -1 in the run differential. Padres -1. In third place, the Brewers at a 4-5. They're actually +8 in the positive direction on run differential. The Braves, although having got some momentum going in the recent games, they sit 3-6 bottom of the National League. That's -1 in the run differential. Next offering from Fried goes 2-2. Two and 2 to Alonso. That one popped well into the air, and that one should be the first out very comfortably, and it is. And so now that brings up Austin Riley. Riley, talk about Mendoza, he's even under that by half, batting .095 on the season, 2 for 21.
Ball that's outside.
Although one of the 2 hits he does have is for extra bases, and RBI went with it. Gotta look at the bright side.
That's a ball.
2-0 count now, as that one's inside.
2-0.
Eric Summersgill behind home plate. Wish there was real umpires in this game. Imagine having Laz Diaz behind home plate. That one is hit in the air to the left side. It's not going to be hit nearly well enough, and that one will be caught for the second out. That brings up now Ozzie Albies. 222 on the season. Has an RBI and a extra base hit. The switch-hitting second baseman. At one time, especially last season when he played for St. Louis, had some of the best contact hitting in the game. Hence he was put as the designated hitter for St. Louis and actually did halfway decently. He was a serviceable ball player.
That's ball 2.
Now he's been fit into this Braves side as the second baseman.
No strike.
Albeit it's not been an exceptional season for him.
Yeah.
Swung on and missed 2-1 as that one, fastball inside. Albies couldn't resist. Now the 2-1. Kind of off the handle of the bat there. It'll be 2-2. As Albies couldn't keep that one together. 24th offering of the game for Fried. One's going to be well inside. Paul Goldschmidt getting ready to step in. Another former St. Louis Cardinal last season. Curveball, and Albies was well ahead of it, and that goes down to strike 3 in the third out. Good game so far from Fried. It's Sean Murphy, Royce Lewis, and Jackson Chorio. The next 3 due up for the San Diego Padres. So as we said, it's Sean Murphy Murphy batting 157, although he wasn't as good at the plate last season either for Atlanta. A couple of RBI for him. Not much else to be said, as Wheeler throwing his 18th pitch of the game here to start the bottom of the second.
Ball
It's an inside sinker for ball one. The 1-0, that one. Got a low middle sinker. 1-1 the count. That one's outside. Two-1 from Wheeler. That one is actually connected on halfway decently by Murphy, but into the bleachers, and it's 2-2. That one fell. Hit in the air, that one foul as well. Murphy battling for the time being. Started the at-bat. Wheeler only having thrown his 18th pitch. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23. 6 pitches. And there's a 7-24. Swung on a miss on the outside sweeper. That'll be strike 3. And you are out, Sean Murphy. Royce Lewis now. This is the big story of this San Diego Padres team. 473 on the season, 9 for 19. He has done almost everything correctly. Everything that's been asked for him at the plate this season, he has done. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if Royce Lewis finds that all-star team in the National League at the third base spot. It's absolutely possible. The sweeper inside 1-1. Possibility if he gets this ball in play here. That one's hit in the air to what appears to be shallow center. That one's going to be into the glove of the center fielder with almost no degree of difficulty. Good catch there from Evan Carter. That'll keep Royce Lewis under 500, believe it or not, and Jackson Chorio stepping up. 450's nothing to complain about, though. Chorio, 5 for 15, 333 in the season, pair of RBI, a trio of extra base hits. He's done okay. One of the players that we didn't expect necessarily to make waves this season, but has 0-2 as the check swing. Well, it's a sweeper finds the zone anyway. Swung on a miss for strike 3. It's some great pitching so far from Zach Wheeler. After 2, Braves still have yet to find a hit, but it is scoreless. Heading in now to the top of the third. Paul Goldschmidt stepping up now. 187 on the season, 1 extra base hit, no RBI to be had. A power hitter kind of above all else.
Ball, that's out.
Hasn't found many pitches to hit. I think it's got to be kind of the tail of the tape there for Paul Goldschmidt. Another one of those crucial Cardinals players last season, but as the game turned around, the ratings dropped, and not necessarily something worth having on your side, unfortunately. Well, that's why I don't have him anymore. 2-0 now to Goldschmidt. That one foul. That'll make it 2-1. Again, it's really difficult to want a pure power hitter like Paul Goldschmidt, because what he for what he does have in power, he is going to lack on the on-base percentage and the batting average as well. He's going to be looking for that fence 9 times out of 10. That one is hit pretty well in the air to the right side. That one back towards the track, but it is going to be caught by Chorio. And I tell you what, that wasn't a bad hack there from Goldschmidt, but again, went for power. And that drops him to 176 on the season. So now is the catcher Yainer Diaz. He's actually batting .333, 6 for 18, 4 RBI on 2 extra base hits. He's been a positive addition to this side. Fastball low middle goes for strike 1 as Fried still has yet to allow a hit. so far in today's game. I tell you what, the Padres would have killed for a good pitching performance from Yoshinobu Yamamoto in Game 1. Instead, he was, well, to put it as accurately as I can, he was lit up, and quite early as well. 3 runs in each of the first 3 innings for the Atlanta Braves, and that one foul. This one has been, well, for all intents and purposes, it's been a very tame contest so far, but that could change at any moment. It's 0-2 to Yainer Diaz. That one is ripped, but will be caught on the line by the left fielder. Shame again for Atlanta that cannot find open grass as Wyatt Langford coming over to make that catch. And that will bring up the center fielder, Evan Carter.
Ball 1.
First offering goes for ball 1. Evan Carter, 117 on the season. 2 for 17. 1 RBI. And 1 home run. Solo shot must have been for Evan Carter. One of his 2 hits this season being homers. That's not a bad statistic to have. Although I'm sure he'd want more than just 2 measly knocks on the season. Hit on the ground left side. Unfortunately, that one does go foul. As Carter connected with that one actually quite well. Just could not keep it between the white lines. And Max Fried, again, his 38th pitch of the game, and he is rolling here. 1-2. That one, oh my God almighty, hit right back up the middle. Absolutely domes Max Fried. Good Lord. He's still down. Oh my God. He's still dead. Somebody help that man. Can we please get a replay? By God, he's... Jesus. I mean, it's a shame for Evan Carter, who unfortunately still doesn't actually find a base hit. Right back up the middle. Oh my God, right off the side of the head. Good God almighty, we've just witnessed a death in San Diego. I wonder now genuinely if Fried will be able to stay in the game. That was one of the worst incidents we've seen. Oh, does not get any easier to watch. That does bring up Wyatt Langford is the current batter again. It'll be have to we'll have to wait and see if potentially Fried is able to rejoin this ball game, as that again was a very gruesome sight there. Swung on a miss for strike 1.
0-1's the count.
Casually carrying on with the ball game, ignoring the fact we've just had a Tyler Zombro incident. 1-1 is the sinker outside. Langford, 200 on the season at a 3 for 15. Does have an RBI and 2 stolen bases on the season. Actually, joint lead of the team on stolen bases. That one hit in the air, very shallow center. Evan Carter underneath it, and that'll be the first out. Nolan Arenado stepping up now, 2 for 17 on the season. It's not been pretty for him. But let's see, potentially, if ever it's time to get hot here, that would have to be the time. Here's offering 34 of the game from Wheeler in the bottom of the 3rd, 1 out. Arenado will take the fastball for strike 1. Just inside of the middle. The 0-1, that one a sinker low, bottom of the zone. Arenado fouls it away. And 0-2. Hit in the air. That one looking pretty good. Back towards the track. Tatis will, in fact, make the catch. That one, well, it's a shame there for Arenado. That one actually seemed much better just by the sound of it. Better than it actually was. That drops him to 111 on the season. And Ta-Seong Kim stepping up now. Hit of the ground, foul to the right side. That one may have actually troubled Goldschmidt. There's no way a ball boy that young's got a full beard. Come on now. 0-1 the count. And the fastball outside. Yeah, that one probably could have troubled Goldschmidt if it stayed fair. He was shifted quite far to the left. I mean, I would assume Ha-Sung Kim could probably outrun Goldschmidt there to first. It's possible. Here's the 1-2, 40th offering of the game from Wheeler. And it's a sinker inside. Kim, Robert, and Henderson, the next three due up here for San Diego. That one hit right back up the middle, gloved by Albies, jumping throw over to first, and that does retire the side. Fantastic play from Ozzie Albies. Sits down the Padres in order. But the question now, is Max Fried able to stay in this game after the shot off the skull in which he took in the previous inning? He's had approximately 5 minutes to be looked over by the medical staff, and he's back out there on the mound. We got ice. That's exactly what the Padres have just told Max Fried. Ice has been delivered to San Diego. Well, Joe, that's a little odd. I don't think that's probably the thing to say nowadays. Anyway, not the point. Ice being delivered to San Francisco. Well, or to San Diego. Well, I'm already sure they've got plenty of that. That one into the glove of Royce Lewis at third, and that is the first out very quickly there. Marcus Semien stepping up now, 0 for 1 in today's game. And once again, still, the Atlanta Braves still have yet to find, I think even a base runner so far in today's game, never mind a hit to this point. Hit in the air to the left side, tracking towards the Western Metal Supply Company building, and that one, unfortunately, is foul for Semien. That one was hit very well. I'm afraid it's just timed it slightly wrong. And it's 0-2. Foul. That one is absolutely piped into the gap, and Marcus Semien's got the first hit of the day for the Atlanta Braves. That'll put him 9 for 21 on the season, .428 batting average. Not only that, that'll bring up Aaron Judge. Momentum potentially on the way for the Atlanta Braves. Only just the runner on first. One out top of the fourth. As I'm to understand, the next three due up in the order for San Diego will be Luis Robert, Gunnar Henderson, and Nathaniel Lowe. And now the 0-1. Taking off for second is Semien, and he is in there safely. That'll be only the first stolen base of the season for Semien, as he makes his way to second, and for the first time today as well, the Braves have a runner in scoring position. So 1-1 count to Judge. And the sinker outside. Ranger Suarez warming up in the bullpen for San Diego. Two and 1. And the fastball goes 2-2 on the outside corner. Judge will foul that one behind. That one hit into the gap. That one could very well be extra bases for Judge, and that will score the first run of the game as Semien rounds third and heads for home, and Judge is into second standing. What a time to come alive here, the bats for Atlanta, as Aaron Judge gets his third extra base hit of the season and his fifth RBI. Now tied with now three other players on the team, Semien, Judge, and Pete Alonso with 5 RBI this season for the Braves. And this is, I think, going to do it here for Max Fried, who unfortunately probably dealing with a very severe concussion, as well as just having allowed a run here in the third inning. And on the mound is not going to be Suarez, it's going to be Griffin Jacks. See what Griffin Jacks is able to do now. Pete Alonso is the batter. Runner on second with 1 out. And the first offering is a curveball low of the middle for strike 1. Well, the hat's off to Fried for attempting to complete this 4th inning. Talk about hats off. That's not some sort of joke at how hard he was just hitting the head. Hit on the ground left side foul as Alonso nearly snuck that one past the corner. But it's 0-2 to Alonso. That one foul. And fastball low and away. One and two, fouled again as Alonso was slightly late on that one. Sweeper swung on and missed for Alonso. That'll put him 2 for 8 on the season. And that now brings up Austin Riley. Riley 0 for 1 today, 2 for 22 on the season. That one foul behind. 2 outs, runner still on second. The 0-1, that one fouled behind as well, as Riley's woes at the plate still continue. The 0-2, sweeper well outside. Riley swings and misses. Strike 3, and that'll do it for the Braves. So Griffin Jacks comes in. Immediately sits down the final 2 outs, entering now the bottom of the 4th. Robert, Henderson, and Lowe, the first 3 due up for the Padres. Robert 1 for 1 in today's game, batting .217 on the season. Robert was definitely a solid base hit player last season for Chicago. 42nd offering of the game for Wheeler, that one foul. That one as well hit good, but just foul. The 0-2. Hit on the ground right side, gloved by Goldschmidt, and he'll have no problem tagging first there for the first out. Gunnar Henderson coming up to bat now for the San Diego Padres. 0 for 1 in today's game, 4 for 23 in the season. Does have 5 RBI on 2 home runs. But otherwise, it's been slightly a difficult campaign for Mr. Henderson. The fastball high 1-0. I would be very surprised if Zach Wheeler did not see out the completion of this game. He's only on his 46th offering coming up right here. Check swing. Eric Summersgill will say Henderson has gone round. He's rung him up, and it's 1-1 the count. I think this is a big win here for Atlanta if they can make it happen. That one foul. Even to escape the first half of the season before the All-Star break at a 4-6 is not bad, considering the woes that they did have to begin this campaign. That team was really off to a slow start. In the recent games, they have found some momentum. And with a little bit of luck in this bottom of the 4th and then eventually the bottom of the 5th, they could walk out of San Diego with the series sweep. 1-2. Hit on the ground left side. That's a fantastic grab. Thrown to third, and that is the second out. Great play there at third from Austin Riley. Was able to That was kind of a difficult one to get to, I'll be honest with you, and that brings up Nathaniel Lowe. Lowe batting 5 for 24. See what he can do here. Wheeler's actually had maybe slightly a difficult time this inning, at least compared to the other ones that he's pitched so far. This will be his 52nd offering. Again, I still think he should be able to see out the conclusion of this ball game. That one hit foul, nearly taking the umpire at first with it. Oh, and 2 from Wheeler. That one in the dirt.
Ball, 2 strikes.
Swung on and missed, strike 3. Lowe swings through the fastball. And goodness me, what a game that Zach Wheeler has had so far, and the Braves will have one more opportunity at the plate. And it begins with Ozzie Albies. As yet again, more bees have entered my bedroom.
Nope, outside.
Griffin Jacks begins the inning with a sinker outside. The 1-0. That one crushed out to right. If it stays fair, that one absolutely gone. And Ozzie Albies gives the Atlanta Braves a 2-run advantage. What a shot. His first home run of the season. Goodness me, what a shot off the bat from Ozzie Albies. No doubt about that one. 370 feet out to right. That one managed to stay fair as the wind blowing left to right. No doubt about that one. Paul Goldschmidt stepping up now as Ozzie Albies gives the Braves a 2-run advantage. Sweeper on the inside edge goes 0-1. Up until that 4th inning, the Braves had yet to actually get a hit on the board. Damage now being done. That one foul. It's going to be 0-2 for Goldschmidt. Outside.
2 strikes.
That one hit up the middle. That one gloved by Henderson. Ooh, a bit of a spinny throw over to first, and that was a great play there from Gunnar Henderson. And that'll be the first out, as unfortunately for Goldschmidt, still can't find a base here. Yainer Diaz stepping up. Diaz, 0 for 1 in today's game. Kicks and deals is Griffin Jacks. Fastball low of the middle, but goes for strike 1 anyway. Hit on the ground left side, once again to Henderson. Easy into the glove over to first. That one was almost difficult there for Nathaniel Lowe, but a good pick. And that's the second out. Now up to bat is Evan Carter, the center fielder. 2 for 18 on the season, 0 for 1 today. Let's see if potentially Griffin Jacks gives him something to hack at here. That one in the air to the right side, but that one will be caught easily by Chourio to retire the side. But Ozzie Albies, what a shot and what a time to give the Braves an advantage here. 2-0. Heading into the bottom of the 5th. It's getting dangerous here for San Diego. So Zach Wheeler stays in the game. Sean Murphy is the batter. Murphy in his 150 average. Murphy, Lewis, and Chourio, the next 3 due up. That's actually not a bad way to go. Considering Royce Lewis batting 450, Chourio at a 312, even Langford, despite being at a 187, that's not a bad way to be. But I think, realistically, Sean Murphy has to get on base here, whether he draws a walk, gets hit by a pitcher, actually finds some green grass in the outfield. That's got to be the goal here. 2-1 the count. as this will be the 58th offering for Wheeler, who looks to continue on a complete game shutout. That one foul. Sweeper outside. Wheeler did exactly what, Murphy did exactly what Wheeler wanted him to do. Swing at the outside pitch and foul it away. And that has burned a strike here. 2-2, and the fastball outside. Now, he wasn't going to bite at that one. 3-2 the count with Royce Lewis on deck, one of the team leaders and one of the league leaders in the National League on batting average. That one foul. Good pitch there from Wheeler, getting Murphy to bite at the breaking ball. Check swing, points down to first, and no, it'll be a walk issued to Sean Murphy. Wheeler, not a fan of that call, I can tell you that. Let's take a quick look at the replay. This is not exactly the thing that I want. No, it is. So that's at the peak of it there. Now it's about 50% of the swing is what we're looking for. That's close, but I think he's held it. Royce Lewis stepping up. Leads the team in batting average. Runner on first with nobody out. One of the first time todays that Zach Wheeler has looked vulnerable here on the mound for Atlanta. What a time it would be to make something happen here. 2-0 the count. As Wheeler pitching to get him to swing at it. You know what I mean? Not pitching direct whatsoever, trying to be clever. That one was direct. It was a fastball right down the pipe. Fouled away. Well, some good pitches mixed up here for Wheeler. Breaking ball, hit him with the fastball. And even then, that's going to screw up timing big time, as that one was a good fastball pretty much down the middle as well, and Lewis still not able to really connect to it. 2-2. Remember, double play ball is kind of in effect here if Lewis is to hit this one on the ground. Let's see what happens. 2-2. That one's going to go low. Count moves to full. Now, what does Wheeler do? Does he go fastball? Does he try the curveball low in the zone to get him to swing? If he's not careful, Lewis can connect and tie this game up. Tries the fastball. It was on the inside of the plate. Did get Lewis to swing off the handle, foul. And the at-bat stays alive. Here's the 68th offering from Wheeler. Three and two. That one hit in the air, left side. Tatis does not able to get to it. That'll put runners on first and second. As Royce Lewis, what a time for a base hit. Jackson Chourio stepping up now. In the game still is Wheeler. Runners on first and second. Double play, I would say, still possible. That will advance a runner to third. Langford and Arenado, the final two batters in the order for San Diego. Neither of which batting above 200. Even if it goes up to Ha-Seong Kim at the top of the order, not above 200 either. Wheeler has almost got to look to pitch to contact here. Get a ground ball on that right side. Make a good double play effort defensively. Advance the runner to third and then shell out at least the final batter. And the Braves will still win that game. Check swing, 1-2 the count, as Chourio somehow is able to hold that one. Bald! Anyway. My eyes! 1-2 here to Jackson Chourio. That one pitched to contact. Albies, Semien, over to Goldschmidt, but Chourio is safe. Runners now at the corners with only one out. And now it will be Jackson Merrill. Jackson Merrill, by the way, 0 for 2 on the season on pinch hitting opportunities. That does drop Chourio to a 294 on the fielder's choice. Runners at the corners. First offering is a sweeper inside for ball one. See now, but that was a good at-bat there from Wheeler. He may have struggled in trying to punch him out, But pitching to contact, getting him to hit it up the middle, it's a shame that defensively they couldn't turn that double play. But they can here. If Jackson Merrill is allowed the opportunity to swing the bat, that's got to be the million-dollar question. 2-0 the count, as the previous pitch was an inside. Unless can Jackson Merrill do something incredible. High fastball swung and fouled away. Two and one the count. And the cutter, bottom edge, 2-2. So Jackson Merrill, I would assume, comes into the game for Wyatt Langford. Arenado due up next, if this is not a double play, and it is in fact a strikeout. 2 outs now. San Diego down to the last out. And it's Nolan Arenado, the man with only 2 hits on the season. Wheeler, 78th offering. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. That one hit well, but foul. Like the longest inning pitch-wise of the day so far for Wheeler. This will be the 25th of the 5th inning alone for Zach Wheeler. Fouled behind, and the Padres down to their last strike. Zach Wheeler has had a fantastic game. Does he keep the shutout? Or does Nolan Arenado do something special? Hit up the left side into the glove of Semien at short on a line, and that's the game. The San Diego Padres are swept at home by the Atlanta Braves. In a time where the Atlanta Braves needed momentum, they have finally found what they are looking for, and heading into the All-Star break for them, they won't enter it at 200, or at 500 rather. But goodness me, if there's a team with momentum on the way, it is Atlanta. 2-0 the score here. And from Petco Park in San Diego, California, that's going to do it for this one.